I forgot what I was going to say now.
My wife is the best wife, and she's making me roast and she touches my butt.
Yes, that's what it was. If you ever lose your passion for taking pictures, go and print a couple of them, because I'm telling you what, it will rekindle, relight that fiery passion you have for taking pictures. It is awesome. So a couple of years ago, my dad came down with a folder, no, what's it called? Photo book. A couple of years ago, my dad came down with a photo book, and whenever I flipped through those pictures and I was able to see those prints of all the pictures that my dad took whenever we were younger, and see the moments that I captured with me and my sisters playing and the vacations that we took, it really kind of changed my perspective on photography. And it's kind of... Jackson. Hi.
Come here.
Is that so?
Come here.
Thank you. And it made me realize that we live in such a digital age that whenever you take these awesome banger photos that you put up on Instagram or onto Facebook, and you're super proud of that thing, you know, 6 months down the line, you've forgotten about that picture. You know, you might scroll through your Instagram, or someone else might scroll through your Instagram and pull that picture up, and you might look at that and remember it then, but it's much different when you walk into your house and you see it printed on a big, wide, nice print that's nicely matted, nicely framed, you know, on the wall of your house. And that way, every time someone comes into your house, they see that and they ask you about it, or you get to tell them about it. And it's such a cool part of photography that is no longer part of this digital age that we live in. And so really because of this, I think that photography, taking your camera out and getting the shot, is really about half of what photography means to me. Being able to print your pictures and have something tangible, something physical that you can hold in your hands and put on your wall of your family and stuff like that, such a huge part of photography that I wish we did more of it. So today we're going to be doing a little bit of a review type video, not really, kind of like a first look, that's a stupid way to say it, overview, if you will, of the Pixma Pro 100 printer. Now that's a printer that I bought, that I have here at the house. Now when we're talking about printing, there are so many different things that go into just hanging a picture on your wall. First of all, there's paper types. A flat type of paper or a matte paper is going to give you a much flatter profile. The colors are going to be much more muted, as opposed to something like a luster paper or a super high gloss paper is going to like make colors pop. And so that right there in itself can completely change a photo. As a matter of fact, I've ordered this picture right here off of Adorama Pix, which is a great printing lab service. And I selected a matte paper because I thought it would look good, and it actually looked completely washed out. The picture looked like there was just a white film over it. I didn't like it at all. And then reordered the print on a gloss type paper. It is a completely different photo. So just the paper by itself is such a big deal when you're printing your photo. Everything down to the frame size, how thick the borders of the frame are, how thin they are, even down to the matting inside of that. So I kind of got this into this habit of printing page wide with no border, and a lot of people like that type of look. Personally, I've kind of come to the look of liking some sort of a border, of a matting with a nice frame, with a nice muted white matte, maybe picture behind it. It just looks really, really, really good. Now I'm not going to go too far into the specs of the printer. If you're interested in the numbers and all that type of thing, you can go to the Keenan website or to Amazon or wherever you're going to buy the thing from and look at the specs. Now all I'm going to say is I can recommend it highly. It's probably one of the cheapest printers. I think I bought mine, it was like $280 bucks, maybe $300. There's a mail-in rebate card for $150 bucks. I believe, don't quote me, I've had it for a few years now. I believe I only paid like $150 bucks after the mail-in rebate. So I mean, it can be super affordable. Here are just a couple examples of some prints that I've done here at home on the Pixma Pro 100 printer. And to be completely honest with you, ordering prints off labs and printing here off at home, it's kind of hard to tell the difference. The labs do have a better quality printer. I'll just put these up on the screen. I do have a better quality printer. It's going to give you more accurate colors, but as far as I'm concerned and for what I need for here at the house and even some client jobs, the Printer Pro 100 can do all of that just fine. Printing at home can be extremely expensive. Printing in a lab can also be expensive. Inks for printers, the Pixma Pro 100 takes 8 ink cartridges, and all 8 of those are $16 a piece, and you can blow through an ink cartridge pretty quick. Now there's third-party companies. I use a company called Precision Color. This isn't a sponsor. I have no affiliation with these people, but they do make excellent ink that you can modify and refill your original Keenan cartridges, put them back into your printer and continue printing. I paid about $80 for this, and inside they give you all of your colors. Some of them have apparently leaked, but there's, how many ounces are these? 2-ounce bottles of all the inks for your printer. They also send you a cartridge resetter, which you absolutely have to have, because this will reset the ink cartridge and tell the computer that the ink cartridge is now full, it's not empty, and that the printer can continue printing. So that's kind of a cheaper alternative to buying new ink cartridges, because I blow through ink so fast, especially when you first get your printer. You have to calibrate it to your monitor. You have to, you know, hit a couple of test prints and adjust your cyans, your blues, or these your cyans, your yellows, and all that type of stuff in order to get the print looking the way that you want. Now, if you're going to print at home, make sure that you have a nice color accurate monitor. I've talked about this before in another video that I've made. That's like hugely important. It's for photo printing and editing. You don't want to print or edit a photo on here that looks great, and then you pull it up on Instagram and the hand that you have reached out is like orange as hell because your computer screen just has desaturated oranges, and that is a thing. Printing in a lab can also get really expensive too. The main reason for that, at least for me, was I wanted to order small prints before and make sure that the colors were going to be okay before I ordered the large prints, because large prints can get extremely expensive, you know, upwards of well over $100 for anything, you know, quite large. This picture here I took down on Folly Beach down here in South Carolina where I live, and I ordered this print out because my printer isn't large enough to print this large of a print. This was somewhere in the realm of $85, I believe it was, something like that. And there's lots of sites. You can go to MPix. Pix is a great one I love. Their software is super easy and super intuitive. But regardless whether you're printing at a lab or printing at home or printing locally, however you're doing it, you should be printing your pictures so that you can have some tangible goods, something that you can see every single day. So to make this video short, sweet, and to the point, whether you're printing at home using the Pixma Pro 100 printer or any other Canon or Epson's printers or any printer that you use, or you're ordering your prints out offline and having them delivered, that service is also extremely good. Whichever way you're doing it, just do it, because I'm telling you, you will not regret it whenever you get to come into your house and see the art, the work, the dedication that you've put into your photography hanging all over the walls. And the first time that someone comes over and asks you about that, where's that? This picture right here on my computer screen, my dad comes in the other day, he said, you know where that came from? You know where that picture was taken? I said, yeah, I took it. Money! That was, oh God, that was one of the things that, what? That was one of the things that I looked at. Yes. Can I shoot the rest of this video now?
What?
Can you be quiet for just a little bit?
So really?
Yeah, I know. Just a little bit. Un poquito? Just a little bit. No, I don't want that. Oh, there you go. He's got Oreos.